Tangles is a full-service salon with a warm and welcoming environment. We have a talented team of experienced stylists and technicians, and I think we're really big on our brand of having a positive environment. I've always had a passion for doing hair, and I've always been like an artistic person. The previous owner of Tangles approached me and asked me if I wanted to take over to buy the salon from her. I've owned Tangles for almost 6.5 years now. I try to do as much as I can with my community. I go and teach my knowledge out at the cosmetology classes out on Carry the Kettle. And I also cut students' hair like in need. And I also volunteer my time and products to an Indigenous talk show called The Four here in Regina. I also am facilitating an Indigenous women's mentoring circle, so I get to share my entrepreneur skills amongst those ladies. It feels good to give back, and especially to my community, because I don't think you should ever forget who's helped you along the way and where you came from. I know that in the beginning, when I first started owning my business, it was very scary and like nerve-wracking. I was very young at the time, so I know when the owner approached me, I was very like, oh gosh. But when you have a supportive team or supportive family, I guess, that definitely helps you. Some of the challenges that I faced when I first owned my business was finding the team that I have now. I went through a lot of staff to find like reliable and responsible and hardworking employees that love what they do. And I think that me having to terminate some people, that was really tough. But when you understand your brand and you want your brand to be a certain way, it gets easier when you know that they don't respect your brand and they don't follow. My other challenge, I think, was also having my son. And that was a difficult time because I was really sick during my pregnancy. So that was honestly by far the hardest thing I've ever had to go through, is working while you're being sick and that sick. And that first year is just a roller coaster of emotions. Like, you want to push through and like be a warrior, but it's hard because you miss your son, right? And he's at home, and I've missed like a lot of those firsts, his like first steps, like a lot of firsts. I think it was all worth it, because to see the continuing growth in my salon during that time, I think it has totally paid off, and he still loves me. I think my business has been most successful in the area of maintaining relationship with your clientele and that trust between clients, and they continue to come back. I think I have a few like inspirations. Definitely my son, but like my mom and dad, like they are always there, like my biggest like cheerleaders, I guess. And my two best friends, like when I'm feeling down and I feel like I can't continue, they're always there to lift me up and put that positive mindset back into my head. Advice that I have for another Indigenous business owner would be, always remember where you came from and who helped you get there along the way. I think that's huge. And also set yourself goals. I think when you set yourself high goals, but they're achievable, I think, and always look back at them, that goes a long ways. And then also just following your dream. I don't think anything, like having a family or anything, should stop you from doing what you love. SEEF has been a huge part in my success by definitely encouraging me and believing in me, but also they also helped me purchase my laser machine. If there's any business classes that they think that I would grow from, they reach out to me and encourage me to take them, as well as just not only having, because of course your family, your friends are going to be behind you and support you, but when it comes from like SEEF or another institution, that's huge. And like that is really like someone that's going to root for you and really push you to succeed. Down the road, I can see my business definitely growing. I think right now the team that I have, I really hope that they stay with me for a long time, but I just think we're a good, solid team, more like a family. And We're only getting busier and we're only growing and getting better. We always try to keep up on our education and the trends and everything. So I think eventually we would like to expand even bigger, and I think right now we're hoping to bring in another big service, which will definitely help.